recently new on a HOA board, and the primary question I called in was more about the enforcement. We've had a lack of enforcement. I'm technically on the architectural review board, and we just haven't really gotten much clarity about who should be taking responsibility for the enforcement of the covenants and the bylaws. How should that be separate from maybe the architectural review board?
Yeah, Michael, one of the things that, associations run in cycles where they go many years where they do enforce very strictly, and then you get boards who get very lax, and then you get new people like yourselves, and it seems like about a 10-year cycle. What you may want to consider doing is, depending on the size of your association, of course, sending out a notice. We call it a chattel shipping letter. Chattel shipping was a case from several years ago that talked about prospective enforcement as long as you give notice. So things that you may not have enforced in the past, after this chattel shipping letter, you'll be able to enforce them in the future, and they won't have their normal defenses of selective enforcement and things like that.
Jim, you've got me there. Chattel shipping letter? Come on. Chattel is personal property, right?
Chattel shipping is just the name of the case.
Okay.
It was chattel shipping versus, I can't remember the other party.
So Michael's architectural review board historically has not been enforcing the rules of architectural review, but now they want to pick it up and start enforcing the rules, so that you're saying that they can start that now, but not necessarily have to go back to the old ones that did not comply.
Right. It almost, to an extent, grandfathers things in.
Okay.
So that if I put up a fence, for instance, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and the rules say no fences, yeah, my fence can stay. But what this chattel shipping letter also says is what stays is the fence, not the right to have a fence. So that if a hurricane brings it down or a tree falls on it, guess what? You've got to get rid of the fence and come into compliance. And that's what this chattel shipping letter does, is notify everyone that I colloquially refer to it as a new sheriff in town letter.
Would that letter go out to all of the HOA owners of the property?
Yes.
Okay, tell them, hey, new sheriff in town, we're going to start doing things by the book, you might say.
Right.